If you're thinking about selling your home, I'm going to tell you something most agents will never say to your face. The majority of sellers in this market will walk away from closing with less money than they should have got. Not because the market was bad, not because of interest rates, but because of decisions that were made in the 2 weeks prior to the listing going live. Decisions their agent never guided them through. My name is Shay Johnson, and I have been selling homes in Southern Maine for years. And in this video, I'm going to show you 3 things: the science behind why buyers make their decision before they ever walk through your door, the single most expensive mistake sellers are making in this market right now, and the exact framing I use with every listing to make sure none of that happens to you. Whether you work with me or not, this is information you deserve before you sign anything with anyone. So here's what we're going to be covering. 3 things. Number 1, the science behind how buyers decide to buy and why your home's presentation isn't optional. It's the most powerful driver of your sale price. Number 2, the mistake I see sellers that's costing them tens of thousands of dollars right now, and it's not the one most people expect. And number 3, the preparation framework I use with every listing to take you step by step so you leave this video knowing exactly what to do and in what order. Section 1, the science. Research shows the snap judgment the brain assigns to a person, a product, a space happens within a fraction of a second. Before a buyer processes a room, their brain has already categorized it. Yes or no, worth stopping, or keep scrolling. I know it's not just because of real estate. Before I got into this business, I was actually an image consultant, and the same psychology that governs how a person judges someone in the first seconds of a meeting governs how they judge a home. The brain doesn't switch modes. It's the same mechanism, and here's what that means practically. A buyer approaches your home. Before they open the door, their brain has already registered the condition of the front entrance, the paint on the door, the light fixture, and it forms a judgment. Has this house been well cared for? Or is this a home that might surprise me with problems? That initial impression doesn't go away. Buyers who walk in with a yes see potential. Buyers who walk in with a no see problems. And in 2026, the first showings happen online. Buyers are scrolling listing photos. They're making the same snap decision based on photography. So if it's dark, amateur photos taken with a phone, that filters out buyers before they've ever seen the home. The photo is the front door. And if that first impression doesn't earn a yes, they're already gone. The difference between the yes and the no buyers can be tens of thousands of dollars. And the difference begins with how your home looks before anyone steps inside. So stay with me. What I'm about to show you is a mistake that's actively happening with sellers, and almost nobody's warning them about it. Section 2. The mistake costing sellers. Between the years 2020 and 2023, sellers could do almost anything wrong and still get incredible results. Homes were going for $50,000, $100,000, even more over asking. And during that time, a lot of agents developed a very bad habit. They stopped prepping their sellers, they stopped talking about staging, and some agents never even discussed staging because the market bailed out every mistake. Buyers now have options. And in today's market, a home that isn't prepared or isn't staged or isn't priced correctly will sit longer. And the more it sits, the more it signals to every buyer in the market that something is wrong with this one. And here's what sellers don't fully understand about days on market. Every week a home sits, it actively hurts the perceived value. After 30 days without an offer, buyers assume there's a problem, and then they start negotiating more aggressively. I had a seller who listed the home for $650, hoping to get $670 or more, but is now fielding offers at $610 and wondering what happened. What happened started before the home ever went live. So let me give you the real world example. I took on a listing not too long ago from an agent who had had the house on the market for over 90 days. The photos were dark, taken on a phone, home, the house wasn't staged, and the price was $30,000 over what comparable data supported. We pulled it off the market for a couple of weeks, staged it, got professional photos, and repositioned the price. Then relisted it, and it sold in 12 days, above asking, to a buyer who had already toured it once. The home hadn't changed, the presentation had, and that change was worth tens of thousands of dollars to my client. I'm telling you this story not to impress, but because I don't want you to be the seller that learns the hard way. Here's the part most agents will never share publicly: the actual system to make sure this doesn't happen to you. Section 3, the framework. I call it preparation, positioning, performance. 3 phases every listing I take goes through. Phase 1 is the preparation for the home itself. First, we do deferred maintenance. Anything a buyer's inspector is going to flag needs to be addressed. A $400 furnace cleaning that shows up in an inspection report can derail an entire sale. Second is the front entrance. Paint the door if it needs it. Fix a broken light. Power wash the siding. I've seen $300 front of house touch-ups add $15,000 to a buyer's offer. Third, actually declutter. Not tidy up, remove. Buyers need to see the bones of your home. They can't picture their life in your space when every surface has something on it. Phase 2 is staging. And I want to be clear about what exactly staging is, because most people think it's decorating, and it isn't. Staging is psychology. It's the deliberate arrangement of furniture, lighting, and objects to guide a buyer's emotional experience. When done correctly, a buyer walks in and the room tells an entire story. They stop evaluating a property and start imagining a life. That shift is what accelerates decisions and increases offers. I include staging with every listing completely free because I've seen what it does to the final number. And then phase 3 is positioning, pricing, and photography. On pricing, I use current comparable data, not what your neighbor got in 2021. What homes like yours in your neighborhood would have actually sold for in the last 30 to 60 days. I will always give you that number, even if it's different than what you hoped for. Because sellers who price correctly on day 1 always walk away with more. And on photography, professional photography is not optional. The photo is the first showing. And so that's the framework: preparation, positioning, and performance. It's not complicated, but it requires someone that will actually do the work. Here's what working with me actually looks like. Every listing client gets the full framework we just walked through: the home walkthrough, the honest pricing, professional photography included, and professional staging included. I believe in that staging offer because I know what it does to the bottom line. I promise to tell you the truth, even when it's not what you want to hear. I promise to be there every step of the way, not just at the closing. And I promise that my goal is not just to close a transaction. It's to get you the outcome that you deserve from one of the most significant financial decisions of your life. So you have a couple of different options here. First, you can take all the information I shared in this video with you and try and navigate the selling process. You may find the agent that gets you the results you're looking for, but most likely your house will sit on the market for way too long. Or option number 2, you can work with me here at Locations Real Estate Group, where I'll guide you every step of the way in implementing our framework to help you get the best outcome for your home sale. So if you've been watching this saying, this is the kind of conversation I've been looking for, I would genuinely love to talk. Not any sort of presentation or hard sell, just an honest conversation about your home and what's realistic right now. So go ahead, send me a message. I'd love to connect with you. And tell me that you've watched the video and where you are in the process, or if you have any questions. I look forward to talking to you about your home. I hope you have an awesome day.